Hi, boys and girls. It's important to pay close attention to the words you use when you're writing. Good authors use strong verbs to help make their writing more interesting. You're going to click on the story next door or below, depending on how my website's set up. You're going to click on the story Come On Rain. And what I want you to do before watching it is get a blank piece of paper and you're going to write down as many strong verbs as you can. Remember, a verb is something that a noun can do. So it's an action word. Something a noun can do, like skip, run, jump, hop, hike. Those are all verbs. While you read the story Come On Rain, you're going to write down as many verbs as you can, and then we're going to see how many we can come up with. The ones in the book, they're kind of hard to pick out because she writes a lot of really interesting verbs, okay? So hit pause on this video and then watch Come On Rain. Okay, now that we've seen Come On Rain, hopefully you have a good list of verbs in front of you. I'm going to read off some of the ones that I wrote down. I found in the beginning she said lifts, sagging, rumbles, sizzling, drooping, glancing. She uses the word sprout as a verb, but in the sentence it says her long legs like two brown string beans sprout from her shorts. I just love that so much. She could have just said, my friend was wearing shorts, or my friend, something like, my friend was wearing shorts, but she says her long legs like two brown string beans sprout from her shorts, which is so much more interesting. It's almost like such a beautiful way of saying something. A couple of others I found were murmurs, plop, glistening, and gulp. And then I also found that she used the word dance a couple of times, but the one I wrote down here, it says dust dance all around us. And I just thought that was a really interesting way of saying that as well, because you could kind of picture in your mind the dust doing a little dance in the air. And I thought that was really fun. So for a little bit more practice, you're going to either write these down. You can draw 4 little squares and write these words down in your writing notebook, or you can print off this paper. I have it attached on my website. It says replace each of the weak verbs with at least 3 strong verbs. So it's got ate, looked, said, and went. For ate, I might say something like gobbled or devoured. You know, those are like a little bit more interesting. For looked, I might say peered or glanced or something like that. Okay, so you're going to come up with 3 verbs in place of the one that's written. So you should have 4 words written in each box. Hopefully that makes sense. And then finally, what I want you to do today is go back to a piece of writing that you've already written, or if this story sparked a memory from a time that it rained and you really want to write it down and make a personal narrative about it, you're welcome to do that. You can just go back to a writing that you've already done and find some verbs that you've written and make them a little bit more interesting. And then send me a picture of your before and after or your new piece of writing that you've written. I would love to read them. Thanks, friends.